This video tutorial looks at the cardiac cycle, specifically the action of the valves. The valves ensure the blood flows in the correct direction. They are opened and closed by changes in the blood pressure in the various chambers of the heart. We're going to begin by looking at the atrioventricular valves, and then we'll look at the semilunar valves. After systole, the ventricular walls relax and recoil. The pressure in the ventricles rapidly drops below the pressure in the atria. Blood in the atria pushes the atrioventricular valves open. Blood entering the heart flows straight through the atria and into the ventricles. The pressure in the atria and the ventricles rises slowly as they fill with blood. The valves remain open while the atria contract, but close when the atria begin to relax. This closure is caused by a swirling action in the blood around the valves when the ventricle is full. As the ventricles begin to contract, so during systole, the pressure of the blood in the ventricles rises. When the pressure rises above that of the atria, the blood starts to move upwards. This movement fills the valve pockets and keeps them closed. The tendinous cords attached to the valves prevent them from turning inside out. This prevents the blood flowing back into the atria. We're now going to think about the semilunar valves. So before ventricular contraction, the pressure in the major arteries is higher than the pressure in the ventricles. This means that the semilunar valves are closed. Ventricular systole raises the blood pressure in the ventricles really quickly. Once the pressure in the ventricles rises above the pressure in the major arteries, the semilunar valves are pushed open. The blood is under very high pressure, so is forced out of the ventricles in a powerful spurt. Once the ventricular walls have finished contracting, the heart muscle starts to relax, and that's diastole. Elastic tissue in the walls of the ventricles recoils, and this stretches the muscle out again and returns the ventricle to its original size. This causes the pressure in the ventricles to drop quickly, and as it drops below the pressure in the major arteries, the blood will start to flow back towards the ventricles. The semilunar valves are pushed closed by the blood collecting in the pockets of the valves. This prevents the blood returning to the ventricles. The pressure wave created when the left semilunar valve closes is the pulse that we can easily feel at our wrist or at our neck.